Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome again to the second day of our webinar series. It's a 5-day webinar series, and we have different packages, different ideas, different topics that we would be covering in these 5 days. This is purely for the students, where we are going to teach you how to adapt to the new normal and doing online classes. Yesterday, we had around 68 participants, and we're really touched with this overwhelming response. Yesterday, I'm just quickly going to summarize. Yesterday we had two mentors, our alumni from Department of Psychology. We had Miss Sara Ansari and Miss Rida Sheikh. Both of them conducted a session on how to use Google Meet and Microsoft Teams in learning. We understood these as learning platforms. There were a couple of questions that were raised and put down in the chat box, and I'm glad because that kind of clarifies that we understand what is being taught. Now, yesterday there were certain other questions that were posted in the WhatsApp group, which we want to tackle today. Now, primarily what we're going to be focusing today, a little shift from what our plan was, because this was raised in the WhatsApp group by CHB teachers and by students. The focus of the first session would be, once again, a summarization of how to use Google Meet, to understand the Google Grid. Now, what do we understand by the grid? So when a teacher is taking a lecture and when students are watching the teacher present on the screen, you will see that there are photographs of presentees, of photographs of attendees on the screen. Now, a grid is basically having all the students on the grid, on the picture, on the screen at the same time with their cameras on. So today, if I have 47 participants in the grid, I can see everyone right there in front of me and they can see me. So we want to understand how to make this grid, how to use this grid. We also want to understand a little bit more about, if a teacher tells a student, please take the attendance for today's class, you don't just look at the participants list, but you can also take attendance online. That's again a second thing we're going to be doing today. We are also going to understand a little bit more in detail about Google Classroom and Google Meet. The reason why we are repeating this, because there were certain clarifications that were required, which came up from students' WhatsApp messages. So we'll just focus the first 10-15 minutes again on that. The second part of today's session is going to be how to make formal presentations. Like I mentioned, especially for psychology group and other subjects, there's going to be a lot of assignments that you will be submitting. Now, these PPTs we will be making on PowerPoint, but these are not just simple PowerPoint that you've been doing, but how to make PowerPoint presentations and present it. Now, in technical terms, in online language, we call this screen sharing. So you should know how to record your sessions, how to screen share. So sometimes the teacher will screen share, sometimes the students will screen share. So we will discuss that a bit. Moving on, we gave most of you an assignment yesterday. Now, we started off by explaining, one of the students and teacher had a query, how do you go into Google Classroom? So one of the mentors submitted a Google Classroom link on the WhatsApp group. Students were expected to join, and we had around 40 students who joined the WhatsApp group, the Google Classroom group. Now, from there, 36 students have submitted their assignment. The reason why we gave you an assignment, because we wanted you to get into understanding how to submit assignments to teachers, which is going to be a very, very practical component in most subjects. Once you have submitted the assignments, our mentor Rida Sheikh has gone through those assignments, and as discussed in the class online yesterday, she has graded some of the assignments, graded in terms of numbers, which means she has scored your assignments out of 5. Some of the assignments she has written comments, and some she has left it blank because she wants to give you feedback. This is again a very important part, because besides just learning and presenting your work, you must also know how grading is going to be done by the teachers, how to submit assignments, how to take feedback, how to comment on these feedbacks, etc. Now, this is also important because you're going to be having your Google Classroom or Microsoft Teams where you will have all your subject assignments. So you can just have it with one view. You can see how many you have submitted, etc., both from the teacher's perspective and from the student's perspective. So I extend my warm welcome once again to all of you. Especially thank you to all the students who took the effort of submitting the assignments. I'm once again reiterating that the marks that were given to you, the grades, those are not important. Whatever the comments were given, that was just very representative so that you all understand. Yes, so over to you today. We will have one of the mentors, Elvin Kothia. She will be talking about Google Meet yesterday. We will have Rida Sheikh, mentor, who will take up Google Classroom once again a little bit more in detail. And we will have another mentor today, Pallavi, who will be talking about how to make formal presentations. Now, please understand that formal presentations are also important for all students, because if you are participating in paper presentation conferences, in webinars, you need to know how to make crisp presentations, limited words, presentable content, how to put the graphs, pie charts, etc. So over to you, Elvin Kothia, and all the best. Once again, like yesterday, if you do have any questions, please put up the questions in the chat box. Secondly, I request everyone to have their cameras on so that we can show you on the grid how it looks. Thirdly, I see everyone has muted themselves, which is exactly what is expected in the class. And fourthly, please use your correct name, or at least change your name on the screen so that when we are giving you attendance and certificate, we give you the right spelling and the right name. Once again, if you don't know how to do it, please put it up in the chat box. Sometimes we would be using someone else's gadget, which is absolutely all right. Like, for example, you can see on my screen, it will be showing Rian Saudekar. Now, that is my son's mobile that I'm using. So what you need to do is you need to go somewhere, rename yourself. If you don't know how to do it, please ask in the chat box and our mentors will teach you that. Over to you. Thank you so much. Elvin, you can start.
Hello everyone, and welcome to day 2 of Flip the Switch. As mentioned by Meghna ma'am, the agenda for today is we'll be taking you again back to Google Classroom and show you a teacher's and a student perspective of how to grade assignments and how to go through your gradings. The second thing will be a lot on Google Meet, different controls and how to see the grid view and the attendance. And finally, Pallavi Bidkar will be giving her insights upon how to make professional presentations. I would like my co-mentor Rida Sheikh to take over and start with Google Classrooms now.
Hello, good afternoon, everyone. As ma'am and Elvin said, I'm going to be giving you I'll give a brief summary about what we did yesterday, and I'm going to go more into detail on how we grade and comment on assignments and the different options that are available to us. So what we looked at yesterday was we started with where Google Classroom is located on your desktop, and I showed you the teacher's perspective and the student's perspective on the stream, which is where the teacher gives announcements, posts any information that they want to communicate with the student. It's very conveniently available on the stream. Then I showed you all how assignments are created, how topics are created, and how assignments are graded from both student and teacher's perspective. So once again, I'm going to show you how I grade the assignments, just so that everyone gets a clear idea. And if anyone has any questions, please feel free to mute and interrupt and ask. That's absolutely okay. So I hope my cursor is visible to everyone. Google Classroom is in this grid right on the top right corner next to your profile picture. You'll see this grid, and when you click on the grid, you'll get this drop down box where everything that Google provides is going to be over here, and including Classroom. And this will, when you click over here, this will take you to the home page where all of your classrooms are going to be displayed. We named our trial classroom yesterday's tutorial, and here you can see there are 39 students who joined, and when you click on it, it's going to take you where we were yesterday, the stream, the classwork, people, grades. So as you can see on the stream, everything that the teacher communicates with the student is gonna come in a particular timeline. The meeting link that Elvin had posted is here. The assignment that I gave is here. The welcome random video that I posted is also here. So for the teacher to be able to check the assignment, they'll just have to directly click on the assignment on the stream itself, and it will take them to the student work page. And it's very conveniently placed over here on the top, almost in the middle of your screen, like towards the left. You can see the total marks that you've allotted for this particular assignment. You can see all of the students sorted by the ones who I haven't graded yet, so that I can show you guys how to grade it. Then there are these 4 who have not submitted the assignment, so it'll be missing, and these are the ones that I've graded and commented on already. So it's sorted itself according to that. If you want to change that, you can change it to first name or last name, but right now I've kept it as status so that I know who all have submitted and not submitted. So you can click on these particular numbers which are here to go to those particular students' assignments. Or if you want to go to individual students' assignments, you can just scroll down and click on that student's icon, and it will directly take you to that student's assignment. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go on to this turned in, the number 8, to show you guys, because these 8 ones are the ones which I haven't graded yet, and 27 are the ones which I have graded. So I'm just going to click over here, which will take me to the dashboard where I can grade the assignment. Is that clear so far?
Yes.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm sorry. So now over here we've got the 8 assignments which I haven't graded yet, and I can either I can click on any assignment, but what they've done is they've arranged it alphabetically. So I'm just gonna go to the first assignment. This is how the grading page is going to look like. So you have 3 different things that you can do on this page. One is you can give the grade right here on the right side under grade. You can give the grade over here. What you can also do is you can change the total points. I don't think that would be necessary, but if it comes in handy, that's a very good option that Google Classroom has kept. If you want to make this assignment out of 20 or out of 100, you can do it right here. And to grade it, obviously you will go through it, you'll check the assignment, and you will put the grade as suppose 8. Now, a private comment would be something that will only be seen by that particular student. So let's say I type something like "good job, but write more," and I post this. This private comment is only going to be seen by this student. But when you go right below this grading option, there's a comment bank option. When you click on the comment bank option, you can put a comment that is generalized to all of the students. So if you want to tell them that they've all done a great job, or they all need to put in a little more effort, so you don't have to type that for all of the students individually. Once you've checked all the assignments, you can just go on the comment bank section and you can type it here and post it so that it goes to all of the students. And once suppose you've graded like 10 out of the 40 assignments that you've had, that you've been submitted to, then you click on this drop down arrow on the right corner of your screen, and you'll get an option known as return multiple submissions. So when you click on return multiple submissions, what will show up is the list of the students whose assignments you have already graded. So if you've graded 10 assignments and you want to come back to the next 30 assignments later, you can do that very easily. You also get an option to return individual assignments. So like I've finished grading this one, and if I click on return this submission, I can give back this individual assignment. And then when you click on the arrow right next to the name of the student, there are these two arrows. It very conveniently allows you to go to the previous student or go to the next student. So that is all you can navigate on this grading screen. I'm just going to quickly grade the ones which are left. As you can see, the student here has not only submitted the document which I had uploaded, but like I showed you guys yesterday, there's also an option of adding your own file. So the student has added their own file, which is a PDF, which is an image, which is also showed up here. So anything that the student will add will show up here, and it's very easy for you to switch between the two and check whatever is there, and then grade the assignment. And then there are these students who haven't submitted, so I'm just going to leave that. And like I showed you all the return multiple submissions option, so I'm going to show that again. When you click on return multiple submissions, it's going to take a minute, but it automatically selects the ones that you have done grading, that the ones that I graded just now, and you click on return, and it returns back these assignments to those respective students. That's done. Now I'm gonna go back to the main classroom tab, and you can see the number has been updated. Now there are two more which I have to grade, but yeah, so now I've graded 33, and there are two which are still, so this keeps updating like on its own. It's very convenient. To go back to the stream of your classroom, to go back to the main page of your classroom, you just have to click on the top left corner where the name of your class will be displayed. You just click on it, and it will take you back to the home page. Now another thing that Google Classroom lets you do is it lists all of your assignments on one tab, and along with the grades of each student, you also get a class average of individual tests. So for going to that tab, you're going to click on grades, which is on the absolute top of your page. Right next to people, you'll see grades. So when you click on grades, you'll see that the class average has been displayed, and it very conveniently shows you the name of the assignment, the date that the assignment was given, and the grades of all of the individual students. So yeah, that is it. Does anyone have any questions about this? Any clarifications? Did I go fast at any point or anything? No?
If you would please expect you to put down any queries if you have now. There is one question. Yes, so Mitesh says no questions. So then we assume that you've understood, and we can go ahead to the next part. Okay, thank you, Rida. I think you can go on.
Okay, so now I will hand the dais over to Sara Ansari, who is going to, sorry, Elvin Kotia, I'm so sorry. She's gonna give you all a more in-depth bits and bobs about how to use Google Meet. She's our very own tech guru. So over to you.
Thank you, Rida. So as Rida and ma'am mentioned, I'll be taking you again back to Google Meet and making you familiar with controls and of course things like grid and attendance. So I'll start by sharing my screen.
Elvin, please tell them where to share the screen
Ma'am, I
from.
will show it to them,
Yes,
ma'am.
sure. Thanks. Thank you.
Are you guys able to see my screen now? Yeah. So we'll start first with the very basic navigations. When you see to the left corner here, you see your basic details about the meeting, which is your link and the title of the meeting, the timing and everything. And if the teacher or the instructor has attached any files which you should be referring to in the meeting, you can see it over here. The attachment option is right beside the details option. So all the attachments